Hey there, this is James Davis from DailyFantasySportsRankings.com, and today I am excited to teach you how to use our Player Lab for NBA players on FanDuel and DraftKings. Right away, longtime users of the site will notice that this works very similarly to our NFL Player Lab, so if you've used that tool, there won't be too much to learn here, but if you were coming over from using the standard or lineup optimizing tools, or if you're just a first-time visitor to the site, I think you'll find this instructive video very helpful. So right away you'll notice at the top we actually have a different set of filters for each position. Now this is because you might want to have different filters or different modifications in place for players of different positions. So if you're looking for safety, for instance, say for a cash game, maybe you want to click over to small forward, or shooting guard in this case, and select field goal percentage, right? Shooting guards tend to be very scoring dependent, and if you can get a high field goal percentage, that might lead to less variance from night to night and lead to better outcomes in your cash games. But you might not care so much for centers. Maybe a high field goal percentage doesn't matter to them. Maybe for centers, it's actually playing a lot of minutes per game, right? Because a lot of centers can get into foul trouble. You get the idea. So you have one set of goals for cash game purposes, and then if you're playing in a big tournament, now maybe you want to say, I want players with a thin spread and a high Vegas over-under, because if Vegas sees a game as both high scoring and close, I don't run the risk of, say a blowout quite as much. Likewise, I might get more possessions at the end of a game. Say teams start fouling each other and shooting foul shots, or they're incentivized to score quickly, or at least not to milk down the clock, and maybe, hey, I get an overtime out of this, whatever your goals are, right? So you restrict your player pool as much as you want, and then after you do so, you scroll down and you'll see our player specific table. Now right away you might say, no matter what, I'm just not going to play Yogi Ferrell tonight. I don't trust that Darren Williams is definitely going to sit, so he's just not on my radar. Hey, I didn't realize that Isaiah Whitehead's field goal percentage was so low. I'm going to exclude him, but I really love Kemba's matchup with Brooklyn. I can't imagine not playing him. Whatever your given goals are, once again, you go through and you click calculate. Now after you click calculate, the server will bounce it off of Lineup Lab and they'll spit back a bunch of lineups. In this case, I purposely made a little bit of a mistake to show you a possible error that could come up, which is to say I actually put too many restrictions on my player pool. If you try to lock in more than one player or more than two players at a position, or you restrict your player pool to be so small that you can't create a lineup, newsflash, Lineup Lab won't bounce a lineup back to you. Since I reset all the filters, I can now press calculate, and Lineup Lab will very easily spit back a bunch of lineups for me to choose from, and then I can begin the restriction process again. So again, if I didn't like Yogi Ferrell, I can X him out. I can go down here and say, hey, actually I really love the way these lineups start looking when I have Trevor Ariza involved. I'll lock him in. Go up here, click calculate once again, and bam, got a new set of lineups. So yeah, that's pretty much the Player Lab, guys. We're hoping to make this bigger and better for you guys as time passes, so if you have any feature requests or questions or concerns, do not hesitate to email me, James at DailyFantasySportsRankings.com, and I'll do my best to reply to your concerns and add whatever features you think would be helpful. So good luck, y'all. Hope to see you in the chat sometime, and let's start winning some cash in DFS, shall we? Adios.